Y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. Hit the like button. It don't cost nothing to show love. It don't cost nothing to show love. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Every man that I know, damn near, always talk about this topic right here.
Brian Hinton's father, 38-year-old Rodney Hinton, is charged with aggravated murder in the deputy's death. He was taken to University Hospital in critical condition. Hours later, the Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy dies. The CPD homicide unit investigating both the death of the deputy killed today and the death of the 18-year-old shot by police.
I can assure you, as the chief of police for Cincinnati, I will ensure you transparency and a thorough and accurate investigation.
We all say, if somebody killed my child, you ever heard that song? Thanks for my child. I'm really thanking you, the man above. Thanks for my child. See, we know you got mothers out there that'll jump in front of a bullet for their babies. But then there's fathers, like this father, that went and watched the tape and actually seen the footage of his son involved in a manhunt, being chased down. Yes, his son was in the wrong, doing criminal activities allegedly. I have to say allegedly. And in the process of the police chasing these young men, this young man, instead of locking him up and letting him have his court date with the judge and letting the judge deal with him and give him his sentence, giving him a chance to be found innocent or guilty, the officers involved in this case decided to hold court in the street. So in return, this father, I'm going to be careful choosing my next words because I don't know what happened with him being in his car, driving his car into a sheriff and taking that man's life. Here's what I have to say about that, right? Rest in peace to this man's child. Forgive me for not knowing the child's name and doing my homework. Rest in peace to that child. Forgive me for not doing my homework and knowing the officer's name. May he rest in peace, and my prayers go out to that officer's family, only because that officer wasn't the one who committed that crime. He was taken away from his family for something that he didn't have anything to do with. But at the same time, God don't make no mistakes. When it's your time, it's your time. I always say, and I stand on it, you can do whatever you want to do to me. I might forgive you. I might walk away to see another day, or I might turn up. But if you touch a hair on my child, a man ain't a man. A man ain't a man that could live another day. after your child's life has just been unjustly snatched. A man can't look himself in a mirror, a father, rather. Let me say that a father couldn't look himself in the face in a mirror if he didn't do anything about his child's death. How could you face yourself? I don't know if this man was daydreaming and rode off the road and hit this officer. I don't want to convict him. Because I think that he should get mercy for what he did. There's a time in everybody's life. You ever seen that movie, A Time to Kill? You don't have to be a killer. But there comes a time where you may have to kill. This brother was wrong for the way he went about doing what he did, but I understand. I get it. I sympathize with him. I pray for him. I send my heart out to him. Even a police officer, if you're a real father, you got to put yourself, you can't just be an officer of the law and not be able to convert yourself back into a father and separate yourself from the gang. The boys in blue. I know how y'all roll. I know y'all got a code of silence, and I know y'all hold each other down. But sometimes you got to look through the eyes of a father. That father, once upon a time, watched that little boy come out of his wife's womb. And when that doctor smacked that baby on his ass and made him cry, wah, and then they put the bub and sucked the nose out and sucked the phlegm out. Then they wrapped that baby in that blanket. They wrapped that baby boy in that blanket. Then they took that baby boy and they handed him, the first person that they handed that baby to always is the father. Because fathers, we fight to make sure ain't nobody else in that room when it's time to get. I don't care who you is. When it's time for a father to see his child come into the world, ain't nobody else going to be in that room unless the father couldn't get there because an emergency happened and he didn't get there in time, so the other family members was there. But fathers are there. Those officers took those memories. You know what it's like to watch footage of your child being gunned down by the same system that is supposed to protect our children? Emotionally, what that did to that man? How am I not going to sympathize with him? He'll never see his child again. Did the police officers tell him, I'm sorry? Did they apologize to him? Because from what I see, they standing in the court trying to intimidate him. And he stuck his chest out, stood tall, looked them in his face with no fear, and made sure that they understood that he ain't have no fear. I think somebody should have told that brother, what you did was wrong, but we understand. Even the police officers should have bowed their head down and said, I'm sorry. Even though you did what you did, you took the law in your hands, and now the courts is going to deal with you. We still sorry. But I know some of these police officers are not going to look at it like that. They're going to look at it as if his son is a perp, aka a criminal, and he got what he deserved. That's how they're going to look at it. I'm just Hassan Campbell, and I'm giving you my take. My prayers go out to that officer's family. But if more fathers stood up and did what this father did, these police officers would think twice. There would have to be meetings. They wouldn't just feel comfortable running down and airing out our children on a regular, and then we got to wait for the ambulance chasers to come out. And being that the ambulance chasers is mad. They mad because they've been exposed for being who they are. Ambulance chasers, you don't see them on this situation right here. I think this officer, this brother, what's his name, Rodney? I think he should be forgiven. I think that the system should send him to a mental ward for a little while with some of the best psychiatrists. And I ain't talking about a jail mental ward. I'm talking about a mental ward where he can really, really get therapy. Because the truth of the matter is, that's a breaking point for most men. That's fathers. That's the point of no return. Those police sent that man to the point of no return. It may not be no never coming back for him. That's my take on the situation. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. And pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. I'm out.